Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Sen, your executive producer here, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our $12 tier supporters over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms for supporting us over the years, those being Jeffy Alexander, Smith Bates, and L, without whom we wouldn't be able to do as many of the things that we do now. So thank you for your support over the years, and those of you watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Coyote and Crow Tales from the Mizizibi. I am William, or Shawnee, and I am your story guide for this Coyote and Crow. I don't know what the game uses
Narrative.
as a term for narrative. We'll call it that for now.
Story.
Uh, but we're trying something new here. There's a lot to get used to and a lot to try for the first time. But before I get into details and specifics about that, let us introduce our players, starting with Jeremy.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing. Fuck. Who the fuck am I playing? Go to somebody else first. I've got some work stuff.
Fair enough. Well, starting with Julia then.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I am playing Woya the Tinkerer.
And go ahead and give
Sorry.
people your path as well.
Path of the Coyote.
And Sen.
I'm Sen, and I'm playing Zen, the warrior path of the wolf.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Tamasikic, who is a Path of the Salmon Seeker.
And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Tala, who is a Whisper, Path of the Falcon.
And Jeremy.
All right. I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Nadi, who is a Path of the Falcon Seeker.
And as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights. Respect the native people of the United States and the Americas. Eat the rich. Jeremy always has one.
Fuck Vince McMahon.
Yep. And this stream is powered by Sirenscape. Before we begin, however, Coyote and Crow is a game that is created by native voices and meant for everyone, but particularly meant to uplift and explore history, culture, and essence of the native society. Many of us in this game have native heritage, but none of us were raised in the native culture. So a lot of us are using this game as a chance to explore that heritage that we share, but we are not voices, we are not authorities on native culture or native society or native heritage. We are exploring and operating within the guidelines for non-natives operating in this game. Do not take any of the pronunciations that any of us use as gospel, because I guarantee even those of us that are trying to pronounce it right will get it wrong. And as always, respect and uplift native voices and understand that though many of us are exploring our native heritage here, we are not the final authority. And this game probably will not look much like or at all like a game that would be run by natives. But with that, welcome to the city of Cahokia as we begin with the pre-built module, the encounter at Station 54, which is designed to be an introduction to the game for new players and new story guides. And I'm going to take them at their word and see how that goes. Which means...
Wow.
Love the enthusiasm.
Look, but what that means
We know
is
us.
I get to do a thing that I haven't gotten to do since Strahd.
Yeah, Chris
and
Strahd,
say, say brace for box text.
Yes.
Yep.
As we begin our
really-
session.
See how this goes. Energy we're carrying in.
We know us. It's fine.
It's twilight, and the forest around you is eerily silent, only the crunch of the leaves under your feet cutting through. Suddenly, you're nearly blinded by a bright light, a spotlight mounted to a modified drone as we enter into combat.
Alright!
Okay.
Immediately.
Immediate combat.
Fucking deep end, I guess.
Yep.
I'm excited to die before I get to say a word in character.
Jeremy,
Be first.
is there any way that you can like drop your microphone input by 25%?
Not really.
Okay. Like even like sound settings in your computer.
I realized the thing that I forgot to do was assign tokens for all of your characters, so I'm just going to put you on the battlefield, and I'm going to start replacing tokens as we go.
Excellent.
Great.
I
Here,
have
let
one.
me get you some tokens, I guess.
Yeah, if you can just start
Yeah, just
handing me
'cause-
tokens, I will start dropping them in.
Yeah, Jeremy, just because you are peaking hard while everybody else is just barely audible, and I
Well,
can't
what did you
balance the two.
change? Because I haven't done anything differently.
I haven't. No, you're always louder than everybody else. It's just this particular session you were peaking real hard.
I'm still blaming you.
Fair.
Yeah, because you have all the character hero forges. If you could just get me tokens real quick while I introduce everyone to how this game works.
Yeah.
All right, so we're starting in the middle of a combat. No one is surprised at the beginning of this encounter.
That's good.
You are all going to choose your initiative scores. So, each of your characters has an initiative value on their character sheet, which will be a number between 1 and 12, depending on what your stats are. You are going to pick any number from 1 to that range, to whatever your maximum is, to determine when you're going to go in the initiative order. This allows people with a higher initiative to have a better range of choosing when they want to go, whereas people with a lower initiative have a more narrow range of when they can choose to go.
Ah.
You might not always want to go first, especially if you're someone who's reactive or a healer or anything like that.
I'll shout out an initiative in a second, but I would like to go first.
I mean, you're you. Of course you would.
I will
Yeah.
go ahead and turn on the turn tracker, and I will just let you know that the raiders and drones who are attacking you, there are 3 raiders and 3 drones.
Okay.
Also,
all-
post this and...
Much better, much better. Thank you.
Alright. I just changed Zoom settings.
3 raiders armed with war axes and 3 drones armed with mag slings are trying to ambush you. You are not surprised.
Do we just sell you a number? Do we go in
just
an
tell me a
order?
number.
Okay, I want to go number 9. I feel like a 9 is real good.
So is high? Do you want to go higher or lower to go first? I guess.
High.
Higher goes first.
Okay. Let me finish getting you tokens, and then I'll.
Yep.
The raiders
8.
are going on initiatives 2, 4, and 6, and the drones are all going on initiative 8. You download all of these tokens that are being posted.
Okay, I'm digging the post-punk vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is some real God damn it. Why can I not think of the band's name now? Joy Vision energy
Joy Division.
that it's given out. And I am here for it.
For anyone watching the stream, I do not yet have a Roll20 overlay because I wasn't sure if we were using actual battle maps or not, because the Wednesday night slot is always a crapshoot. So I'll try to have a Roll20 view by next week. Or
We'll describe things.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
I'll see if I can grab just a like a screen cap and put it over my face because no one needs to see this.
This is when I remember that I don't have weapons. It's gonna be fine.
You don't have weapons?
Nope.
I don't have control over my token, by the way.
I can punch
Give
people.
me a sec.
So initiative. That is what determines it? Oh, 8. I would like to go on an 8 because that's the highest I can go.
I'll go at initiative 11.
Nice.
Go off.
All right, I'm gonna get those numbers from you again in a second. I'm uploading tokens now.
I was gonna
Okay.
say.
No, here.
Oh yeah.
For the rest, I would like to go on 1 for narrative reasons.
Excellent. Oh, here we go. I'll do mine.
I'm thinking maybe 7.
5 tokens, 1 for everybody.
Mara, you have no weapons,
No, I don't. That's correct.
so you wanted to go earlier.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Cool.
So that
I
can
see
do
no
something
flaws with
before
this.
I go
It's a fleshy
unconscious here.
shield.
Yeah.
I made sure that I took some ranks in medicine so I can heal
Oh, that's
people if they
good.
need to be.
Fair. Yeah.
Say we don't have.
Mara just wants to make sure to run up and get in the way of any gunfire that might go off.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I also have a med kit, which should assist.
All right. People's tokens are going to start taking shape now as I finish getting all of this. There we go. I'll put the nameplate on. Thank you. And we there we go. All right. I'm going to add turns now. Everyone feel free to fill in your initiative if you have control of your turn order. I think you should.
Yeah. Or at least I would if it wouldn't keep shifting.
Oop. There.
I did, what did I take
Every
that?
time the counter resets or reorders, it fucks with it. Like, and if you were in the middle of pushing something in, it stops.
Yeah. There we go.
And Wuya, you were going at 11.
Yep.
Juliet, how do you pronounce your character's name?
Woya.
Woya. Okay, I will probably mispronounce that, but I'm gonna
Just
try to
say warrior
get
with a
Somebody's
Jersey accent.
it. Horrible Jersey accents.
All right. So at the moment, you are at medium range from all of these enemies. As a reminder, this game, much like when we played the Edge of the Empire system, operates in range bands of long, medium, and short.
Yep.
We don't really need to track individual motions. It's just a measure of your relative distance from anyone. All of the raiders and drones are at medium range. So, with our initiatives chosen, Boya, you had the first go.
I would like to pull my magbow off of the back of my off my back, and we're gonna fire at. Yeah, the drones have mag slings, so we're gonna fire at this drone over here.
All right. The physical defense on this drone is going to be
Yeah, a little picture action
4.
over here.
so.
Oh, so
go
the
ahead.
success number is 4.
So your target number is 4.
Okay.
Congratulations,
seems
you
good.
have done 15 damage to this drone. As you like recognize the in the dark, you see the flashlight of the drone hovering overhead, and you sort of pull back on the mag bow and just unleash, and an arrow just punctures straight through the camera and the lens on the drone, and it just clunks to the ground.
Nice.
We're gonna move just a little bit. And do I have any other actions?
That's your primary action to shoot, and you can do as many secondary actions as you can reasonably fit into a turn.
Okay.
Oh, crap. I didn't mean to hit whatever I just hit. I'm really sorry.
Apparently, your character doesn't have a name either. How dare?
Yeah, I don't know. Mine was saying that too, and I don't know if that's.
I'm going to take defense against the raider directly in front of me.
All right.
And then.
As I recall, defending is specifically a thing that.
Yes.
I have to declare who.
Yeah.
And then I also am going to use it as many secondary actions as I can.
As make reasonable sense within the confines of the turn.
Yeah, we're just gonna defend. Then I could no, actually, I will take cover. We're gonna actually move here and try and get some cover.
Okay, and taking cover applies to. There's two things first. Everyone's the attacker with a harder to defeat. Yeah. Okay, cool.
As a reminder for anyone watching, we're all learning the system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
never
all
mind.
learning the system.
I can't take cover and defend in the same turn.
Yeah.
So
you can either take cover or defend your choice.
Yeah.
Can you? I guess it's a secondary action actually, so you could move and do a thing, right? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. I'll move, and we're actually just gonna take cover. We're not gonna defend.
Anyone trying to shoot at you while you're in cover will have the bonus to your physical defense, assuming that you don't expose yourself at all over the course of the rest of this round.
Okay. All right, Julia, be careful.
If you do, it just reduces it.
Darn.
All right, and that's your turn?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Cahokia?
Okay, I am running up to this raider over here, up on this little ledge thing, and I am going to try and grapple them. I have wrestling. I want to take control, basically. So with wrestling, that is a I have to make a dice check, gaining as many successes as the opposing character's total wrestling dice pool. So it's going to be my it can be either a standard primary action or the result of a contested skill check if both characters are wrestling each other. This is on page 169.
You, because wrestling is a section of combat I have not read much on. So
sorry, that is the only combat stuff I took.
Absolutely. All right. In order to affect an opponent with wrestling, a character must have control of the target.
They have to basically get control, and then I can decide one of two things I can do.
Gaining your many successes as the opposing character's total wrestling dice pool. It can be a standard primary action or result of a contested skill check for both characters. If both characters are wrestling each other. If he tries to wrestle back, it becomes contested.
Yes. Yep. Otherwise, it's based on what of this poor raider has as far as wrestling.
Let me tell you, he's not good at it. So
I didn't think so.
He's definitely not going to try and wrestle back, and is just going to make you get enough successes.
Okay. What's my... Let's see here. Okay. So I have to get a certain number of successes. Here we go. I'm going to click a button. We'll see what happens. Is success number 8, I'm assuming?
Default is 8, yes.
Cool. 2?
Congratulations, his pool was 2, so you have gained
Excellent.
control of this wrestle.
So I've grappled around this guy, and I mean, how lethal do I want to be out of the gate? I want to do non-lethal damage. So body damage to the controlled equal to their strength or their wrestling rank. Let me double check. I think I'm gonna go with strength because it's better than my rank right now. Yeah. So that's a 4 for me.
Right,
4.
So you deal 4 body damage to this raider.
Yep. 4 non-lethal damage. As I basically just anaconda squeeze.
Yeah, it's wrapped around him and squeezing.
Yep.
Excellent. He's not in control of this. He's gonna have a hard time.
Okay, that is my turn.
Zin.
So Zin twirls the spear that he has in his right hand, reaches over his shoulder, actually reaches under his shoulder to grab the sled hanging off his back, throws it down, kicks it forward, hops onto it, and hoverboards into melee. Just down the slope at this guy, since Tawasaki has the guy up on the ledge. So move into engaged. And attacking with my spear. I'm gonna try to. As he's sliding in, he spins the spear around and is gonna try to just smack him across the face with the butt with the non-lethal end of his spear.
All right. As a reminder, because this is a rule that I think I mentioned once, when you are using a weapon that has a damage value, which it usually adds as bonus dice to an attack, you cannot get more benefit out of that weapon's damage value than you have skill with the weapon.
Fortunately, I have more skill with the weapon than I have damage value.
Yes. So, for instance, if you had a weapon that was damage 3, but you only had 2 skill with the weapon, you only get 2 of those 3 bonus dice.
So what is my success number for this raider?
The raider's physical defense is going to be 4.
Also, you are echoing in someone's mic, or maybe
Always. It would be always.
or maybe
Sorry.
or maybe you're coming through the wrong mic. I don't know.
Yeah,
The
it
door's
sounds like
shut.
you're.
Sounds like you might
No,
be coming through.
it's pulling from the right mic.
Alright. Okay. As a reminder, I have Spirit Covenant, which means I ignore the first failure on any roll, but we haven't figured out how to make that work in the character sheet yet, so we're just going to do it manually. Fortunately, no failures, so that's 17 successes.
Congratulations, 17 damage. This person is down.
So yeah, then just rides in on the hoverboard, kicks it to a stop, sort of sliding himself off of it, butt of the spear first into this guy's temple, and then preparing it into a defensive stance. I'm going to. They'll have ranged weapons. So I'm going to.
The drones do. The raiders have melee weapons.
So I'm going to dodge. Yes. Which adds my acrobatics rank to the physical defense against any ranged attacks this round from. I choose a range. Am I in short range from all the drones?
You are now in short range from everyone, yes.
So I'm going to dodge ranged attacks that occur from short range.
All right.
I'm just going to add my acrobatics skill. Is there an acrobatics skill?
I don't think there's an acrobatics.
No, there's athletics.
It says acrobatics, though, is the thing.
I'm pretty certain acrobatics is a subset of athletics. Let me check.
Yeah, like
that
a
would make
special
sense.
skill.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm remembering terms from this game.
So, question then.
Yes, acrobatics is a specialty of athletics.
If it calls specifically for a specialty rather than the general skill, can you still use the general skill?
Yes, you use the general skill. It's just that if you,
Okay.
it's easier to improve your ability to dodge if you specialize in acrobatics
fine.
because specialties are easier to advance.
I've got 8 to my athletics, which means that my PD against attacks in short range is currently 15. So
It's your ranks, I'm pretty certain, rather than your total.
hang on, let me see. Ranked, yeah, so 2 in that case. So much less impressive, 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Note to self:
so yeah,
increase those.
Your physical
ranks.
defense goes up to 9 when for any shooting attacks in short range.
Yes.
Speaking of which, it is now the drone's turn. The drones choose their targets at random, so I'm just going to roll a pair of d5s.
1 and 5.
1 and 5. Ouya and Zin. Look at that. The people who killed people. Alright, so one of the drones.
I thought you were gonna go like, who was closest in initiative to those.
I went clockwise.
So Nadi and Tala.
No, starting from top left to bottom right.
Yeah, I figured.
Alright. So one mag sling going at Ouya. What is your physical defense normally?
I have a PD of 5,
And you're in cover, so it's +4.
so 9.
9.
Well, and they're shooting at medium range, which I think also increases the.
No, the
mag
mag sling is at 0 at medium range.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Congratulations, take 1 physical damage to your body. As the shot barely manages to skip across the cover you're hiding behind, you sort of clip your shoulder.
Take 1 damage to your body.
The second one, at short range. What is your physical defense?
9 right now against this.
Okay, so also 9. But at short range, that reduces it by 1, so it's actually 8.
Okay.
Take 1 damage.
2s count as failures, so take no damage.
Alright,
Because
yes,
I was on my spirit covenant.
yes, that's correct. So it misses.
So I
It
feel
tries
like
to shoot at you.
flavorfully, because my spirit covenant caused that to miss, it goes to shoot at me, and something glitches in its targeting processes, and it goes to shoot at me at a spot that I'm not at.
Yep. Ah.
Okay, Tala is going to use her mag sling at this one.
Alright, you're at medium range, so that's going to be a 0 modifier. His defense is 4.
Okay, what am I hitting to roll an attack for this?
So,
Alright, so on your character sheet, you are going to go to actions.
Okay.
And you're going to scroll down to ranged attack.
Ranged attack. Okay.
it's
How
the
many
little, it's
ranks in
the
ranged attack?
purple dice that you click on,
You have-
and then it'll ask you questions.
You have 2 ranks in ranged attack. So we'll work out putting your weapons on your character sheet in a minute, but go ahead and hit
Okay.
the purple die. Your success
did.
number is 4.
Okay.
Equipment mag sling,
Mm-hmm.
and it should apply those extra dice automatically. Yes, it does.
Okay. Oh.
Wow!
Oh.
Critical
We have
failure!
our first critical failure, everyone. It wasn't Jeremy.
Holly, that's my.
I know. I feel like I should blame you
This is-
sometimes.
You didn't change your success number
Okay.
because that reads it's only registering the 9 as a success there. Your target number was 4, so you're actually
Okay.
at
Hold on.
Uh,
I'm
one
sorry.
success. One
negative
success.
1, 0. You're at 1 success. You did 1 damage.
Okay. What is my success number?
Your success number would have been 4 for this because the target
Okay.
defense was 4.
Okay. All right. Goodness.
Yeah, you have to change
So
that
you
every
did,
time
you
you
did
roll.
1 damage.
Okay. I didn't even see that in the corner there. Okay.
It defaults to 8. You have to set it every time you roll.
Okay.
Anything else in your turn?
Uh,
All right. So no gimmick infringement yet.
No.
she's just gonna move forward a couple spaces.
Are you gonna stay in medium range, or are you gonna get to short range? Because the spaces don't really matter. It's just a matter of range band.
I'm gonna get short range.
Okay. You've entered short range with the raiders.
Would you like to take a defensive stance?
Yes.
All right. Who would you like to defend against? Pick one target.
One of my allies, I'm assuming.
Defend against which?
No,
enemy?
against. Oh,
Yeah.
the one I shot at.
Okay. So defending against the one you shot at.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the person that you defend against, you take the defend action, declare who they're defending against, then choose an appropriate skill or stat depending on the situation. So what are you defending with? You may add either your strength or your unarmed combat skill.
I guess it depends on what they do on their turn.
Strength.
Yeah. So yeah, it depend. They're going to be attacking you with a melee weapon if they attack you. So it'll either be your melee weapon skill
Or your agility.
or your agility.
Okay. Melee weapon or agility.
So you'll figure it out when they attack you.
Yeah.
If they attack you.
All
They're
right,
not attacking
and
me.
speaking of which, it's their turn. Station 54. They attacked the last character that attacked them, or whoever was closest. And since you're the last character that attacked this guy, he's going after you.
And also closest.
So he's going to attack you with his war axe. Are you defending with your melee weapon skill or your
Melee
agility?
weapon skill.
All right. How many ranks of melee weapons do you have?
4. Well, do you mean ranks or the total
Ranks,
number?
ranks, not total. Ranks.
2.
2. Okay, so your physical defense goes up by 2. What is your physical defense?
Where's physical defense?
It's in the top line of your stats, just below your character name and all the narrative information.
It's
I think this is
PD.
PD.
It's the fourth column in that little block.
It says strength, agility, endurance, PD, body.
Oh, I'm sorry. 4.
Okay, so it goes
plus
up to
2.
6.
Is it
Attacking.
4? If it's 4, is that because just be clear? Do you have your
Oh, right.
Yeah,
She has
for
not
your
put on her Suyat
arm.
armor, so let me mark that as equipped.
because that would make it 5.
Yeah, so
Mm.
it's 5.
Okay.
Which would take it up to 7.
Yeah, I almost did that as well. I was because I knew I had that PD, and I was trying to figure out where it came into play, and while I was making the character.
Yes. Okay, so
Yeah.
the target number is going to be 7. Take
Ooh.
7 body damage.
Mm.
As a reminder, Tala only has 6 body.
I was gonna
Uh-oh.
say, how do I take? Yeah,
Oh,
how do
that
I take
knocks you
damage
out?
in this? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are things you can do here. When you take damage,
Make a new character.
No.
when you are taking damage, physical damage. As long as they have at least one. Yes, so you are you take all of that damage. If reduced to less than 0 body, the character will begin dying. When reduced to an amount equal to their negative value of their endurance, the character will die. See death.
I mean, yes, seeing death is usually a
So-
sign that you're dying.
Hopefully, is your endurance more than 1?
Where's endurance?
END.
Third over on that body line.
It's more than 1.
Okay, then you're not dead.
Mine's not.
Well, you don't get hit.
That's the plan.
All right, -1.
Speak for yourself.
Next raider is dead. Last raider is currently wrestling with Tawasiki.
Yeah.
Uh,
They have things they can try and do.
yes. Let's see.
I welcome their trying.
They can also attempt other attacks against the controlling character or others, but the success numbers of those attacks is increased by the wrestling skill of the controller.
You can
He's
also
no good at wrestling, so he's just gonna try and hit you with his war axe through the wrestling, but it's gonna be harder.
That's
What's
fair.
your wrestling skill?
My wrestling skill is I have 2 ranks in it.
Okay.
Oh.
So what's your physical defense?
My physical defense is 9.
Okay, so he's got to try and hit 11s to try and hit you with this.
I apparently could not have declared non-lethal damage on my attack because I'm using a weapon that doesn't have non-lethal in its description.
Yeah, because he's
So
got
I
a
killed
weird...
that motherfucker.
I managed to hit you with 2 successes, take 2 body damage.
Okay. I'm fine.
I still
It does not fine.
I am still going to take that as I killed him with the butt end of the spear, though, because that's funnier.
All right, Naughty.
All right, so here's my important question. What's protocol in this situation? What are we doing out here? What is anything other than combat?
So in this
Because
instance,
that determines.
in this instance, you have been caught in a nighttime ambush, which means that priority is protecting and defending your allies first, and eliminating attackers second.
Okay. Is there how to put this? Is there a specific regular or anything like that regarding lethal, non-lethal?
If people are attacking you with lethal force, you are authorized to use lethal force back.
Okay. So I am going to the reason I'm going last because I had to pull out my mag sling, which I fumbled doing as I pulled it out. Yes. And shout alt before I am going to shoot this one, this raider. That yes.
Yes. They have not taken any defense against anyone, so their defense is just 4.
Okay. Weapon, mag sling. 4, you said?
Yes.
Okay. 8 successes.
Blam! You center mass this raider that has a war axe raised against Tala, and they just collapse back behind them.
All right. And I don't do anything beyond that because I just realized I shot someone. Yes, pretty much.
Wuya.
You're muted, Julia.
We're gonna move up. How far am I able to actually
You can move 1 range band relative to a target. You are currently at medium range to all of your targets.
Okay, I'd like to move to short range.
Except for Naughty.
He is right there.
She.
She
They.
they are right there. So we're gonna move forward.
Fucked up 2 ways.
You're both wrong.
How many pronouns can I fuck up in rapid succession? Okay, we're gonna use our mag bow again. So, is this drone still success number of 4?
Yes.
You're in short range.
Modified by whatever your weapon's range is.
I moved into short, so it's 0.
Congratulations, this other drone is shot down. As you thunk.
And then I will defend against this last drone that's up.
All right.
So defend is only for melee attacks.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So you dodge against enemies in short
Yeah,
range.
I'll
guns.
dodge. I'll dodge the drone.
That was Seeking.
Okay. I'm going to continue my hold here on this person. And I just moved away from the page I was on. Let me get back to it really quick. Hang on. 1 second. Loading.
Once again, controlling character can keep control each roll round as a primary action without making any more checks. If they choose not to keep control, they automatically lose it and may take actions normally.
Yeah, no, I'm keeping control. This guy isn't going anywhere. I think I'm gonna keep trying to do body damage. That feels good. Non-lethal.
They cause body damage to control equal to their strength or their wrestling rank as a secondary action.
Strength is 4. 4 damage.
As you sort of like anaconda around this person is go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, and they eventually fall unconscious as you have taken out the rest of their body.
Okay, excellent. And then I realize that I am very close to this drone. I don't like that. They shoot things. I don't want to get hit. So I'm going to try and I'm gonna loop around this little rock thing here. Oh, why do I have an external? That feels wrong, just on a level.
Oops, that's my bad. I think I put that on you on accident. Instead of the raider. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna try and kind of take cover behind this rock here. That's my turn.
Excellent. Zin.
I am trying to find the rules on first aid. Because...
327 is healing.
Yeah, but it then says you can use first aid to heal people, and how to do that will be covered in their respective chapters. So it's like, that was the chapter you told me to go to.
I'm assuming. Hold on. I'm checking medicine because I'm assuming it'll be a specialized medicine skill, and it might be in there.
First aid is a specialized survival skill.
Oh.
Another character spends a primary action to make a first aid check on a dying character and gets any successes. The character does not lose any body points that round. If the character making the first aid check gets a critical success, the character stabilizes and does not need further medical attention to keep from dying.
All right, so I will.
If the character attempting the skill check gets a critical failure, they do a point of body damage to the subject.
Cool. I will grab my hover sled and put it back to my back, rush over and skid onto my knees next to Tala. And perform a first aid and pull out various things and perform a first aid check.
So if you have your Suyata kit, that
Which
makes the survival check difficulty down by 1, so it brings it from 8 to 7.
I'm pulling out my kit to use my first aid check.
Then who is notoriously good at the system of rolling dice that requires a number of successes.
3 successes.
All right, you get 3 successes, and thus while they are not stabilized,
They don't have to make.
Hala does not have to make any checks to bleed out.
Yeah.
For this round.
This time.
And then
drone.
Secondarily, hang on.
Oh, yes.
Secondarily, I will dodge? Yeah, I'll dodge.
Okay.
Or so I'll take cover from that drone specifically, because I think take cover is a specific enemy.
Take cover is used anything coming in at range if you have to have cover, though.
Oh, okay. I see. So yeah, in that case, dodge.
All right. That's fine because they're going after Wuya.
That's fair.
What is your defense?
Well, I added in the Suyata armor, so my PD is 6.
And you were dodging.
You are dodging as well.
Yes.
So you're.
Which I don't believe I actually have any in. Yeah, I don't have any ranks in acrobatics.
Do you have ranks in athletics?
No.
Okay.
All right. So just 7 then. Well, actually, you're in short range, so it's 6.
That's fine.
Take 1 damage. That's a lot of 5s.
Wow.
Tala, you're unconscious. You're fine, but you're not bleeding out.
Has to make a, actually, whether or not Tala's unconscious requires a check. Because dying and unconscious are 2 different states that both trigger when you hit below 0.
So
and
what do I need to roll?
It is a... you need to make every round that a character has 0 or less in body, mind, or soul, they must make a will check to stay conscious. You need 1 success with a success number of 8. If you make the check, then you are conscious, but may only take secondary actions.
What's the success number? You said 8?
8.
8. Standard number 8.
Okay.
So, will is the skill, or the attribute.
Alright, you are still
2
conscious.
successes.
So you can only take secondary actions.
Okay. Does this put me off dying?
No, you're still dying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're still
But you
dying.
can move, there's that.
I can move as I die.
You can move as you die. You can crawl away. You can also dodge and stuff. Those are secondary actions. You just can't attack.
Yeah, she's just can move back just a little bit.
Wait,
Also,
I'm
you
still
will
trying
make
to
a
roll for
reaction roll for each derived stat that is below 0. So, you can roll either your will or your endurance, whichever is better.
That I prevented with
Oh.
the first aid kit, didn't I?
They still get to roll, because if they get a critical success, they get to stabilize themselves. They just don't lose
Hold on,
any
what?
body if they don't get anything.
What is this roll for?
To see if you try and recover from dying.
Okay. And what is the roll?
It is either will or endurance, your choice.
Will. And it's 8.
Difficulty 8. Yep. You didn't get any
2
critical
successes,
successes, but you have no change. All right. Raiders are all out. Naughty.
Okay. Half a second here. Dynamite 4, 10, 24. All right. And there's just the one drone left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it have cover from this
No, it's hovering
thing?
in the air. It's completely out
Okay.
of cover.
So they are going to again yell a halt.
At a drone.
Yes. Which,
Yep.
to be clear, is said in the exact tone of like in self-defense classes when they have people say noise or that's the exact tone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a shoot it. What's
Because
the
it's 4.
no, 4? Okay. 11.
You blam! Shoot this drone out of the sky. So, at the end of combat,
Running after Tala to try to keep putting bandages on that Tala ran away from me while I was in the middle of rapping.
the enemies in front. Brace for box text. The enemies in front of you freeze and briefly blur when a box of text appears in the center of your field of vision.
A literal box.
Simulation ended. Priority message incoming. The forest and drones fade away, and the message is automatically played. A young woman's voice speaks. Good morning, Coyote. Apologies for interrupting your training. The Council of 12 has sent a summons. Report to the Council Hall immediately. Any damage that any of you have taken is not real. It was part of the training exercise. You may restore yourself to full health.
Aha.
Goodness.
I feel suddenly vindicated.
I took no damage at all.
The council.
When each of you remove the second eye headsets that you have been wearing to be part of this simulation training exercise, you are greeted by a large dirt circle marked by stones, which is the actual environment that your training exercise was taking place in.
Oh, wait, hang on, hang on.
As I now
Hold on.
take it off the combat music and put it back into the regular cold warehouse music. Your gear, your actual physical gear that you weren't actually using. You were using simulations of your gear. Your actual physical gear is off to one side, and there is a road west that leads into Cahokia proper.
Whew.
Any damage you receive during the simulation is immediately healed.
Good training, everybody. Good job. You know what? Nobody needs any notes. We're good.
Great, thanks.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab my gear.
Yep.
Grab
No,
stuff.
Naughty, you don't have to say halt every time.
No, I'm getting in. Look, at some point, I'm gonna have to, and I need to be. If I don't keep saying,
You're not
I'll
programmed to
forget.
listen to that.
I know that, but when we get out there, it's not going to be people who are programmed.
You know, it's not necessary, but it's not a bad habit, strictly speaking.
Exactly.
They have to get their timbre right. You gotta get the voice right. You should know, actress.
She will just glare at you.
All right, get your things.
Yep.
Zen pointedly
Got my
says
gear and
nothing
I've already
about
started walking.
don't walk up to the people with sticks when you're not good at defending yourself from sticks. He doesn't say that.
Yeah.
It'll come in time. It'll come with time.
Sure.
All right, so I'm assuming you're heading up the road into Cahokia
Yep.
proper to go ahead
Mhm.
to meet the council.
Yeah. Since nobody else has since everyone else is walking, presumably, I will walk and not hoverboard to the council.
Right.
But it is on my
So
back.
you start heading west, and I will remind everyone who is looking at the map of Cahokia so that they can reorient their brains. North on this map is to the right.
Should we describe what we look like?
Yes.
Hmm.
For everyone, go ahead and describe your characters, starting with if you are not currently busy, Jeremy.
Why do you keep starting with me?
Probably because you're first, and
And
like,
because
wherever.
of the arrangement of the cameras on my Zoom.
I'll go first.
Because they're picking on you.
Or that.
If you
The
would
other
like, we can
option.
start with someone else.
Yes,
I'll-
please start with somebody else.
I am actively volunteering to go first. All right.
Thank you.
So Zen,
Sorry.
it's all right.
It's literally like we are 15 minutes after the end of Dynamite, so.
Fair.
Zen stands at just over 6 foot tall. Tanned olive skin. Has his hair cut short on the sides, but kept long and in a warrior braid on top, with two of the braids, two of the sections of braids dyed red, going back and entwining into a long ponytail down his back. He's wearing a deerskin short jacket that has the sleeves torn off. Whether they were torn off in combat or aesthetically is unclear.
I'm now realizing that the term ponytail is not like anything relating to a term because there are no horses.
There are no horses.
Nakasang.
It's a warrior's braid. His Adenati, yes, his Adenati visible on his neck. Both arms are visible because the sleeves of his jacket were torn off, both of which have heavy scarring and also tattoos. Tattoos indicating him as being originally from Kitawagi, or at least his family's from Kitawagi. Wearing his Suyata armor is fairly well visible as a blue with red accent layered piece of armor over his torso. With long flowing skirts hanging down from their waist. a well cared for spear that they sort of carry almost like a walking stick, to a certain degree, in their left hand, which also is where they have their Nisa um, wrist mounted computer, and then a mag sling on their left hip, and what's it called? Nisi, not Nisa, Nisi, Jutsu sled on that he keeps strapped to his back. That is thinner, longer and narrower than standard Jutsu sleds. That he repeatedly uses as a hoverboard.
No, I think Nisa is actually if I'm remembering, because single I is
N-I-I-S-I. Oh, yes, there.
Yeah. Single I versus double I.
Yeah, it might be Nisa. Yeah, that's fair.
I believe it's Nisa.
And his eyes are yellow and slitted, and whenever he grins, which is frequent, you can see that rather than normal human teeth, he has teeth much more similar to a canine's, to a wolf's specifically. And he's frequently smiling, but the smile never reaches his eyes.
And Julia.
Willia is about 5'4", long turquoise hair, that's hanging freely except for a single braid in the back, held by a bone fragment into that braid. Darker olive skin. Her Adenati has manifested in pointed coyote's ears that stick out from under her hair, and long claws that are at the end of each finger and toe. Her outfit is a mixture of whites, blues, purples, and black, with different gold accents. She currently has a magbow strapped to her back and a knife strapped to her hip. And she has a Nisi on one arm and has fingerless gloves, and has a manner of all sorts of different contraptions, just sort of half finished, hanging from belts or poking out of bags along her waist.
And then Mara.
Tawasiki has a long braid on the back, is wearing like sort of a cropped jacket situation with tank top and a skirt. It looks like there's a place for a zipper, for like a anorak type of outerwear that she doesn't have on right now. She's slouching. She is signing all of the communication she has done in the most put upon way you could possibly do, of why here, why am I out, why am I in the sun. She looks like she has not seen the sun in a little bit. She's kind of wan looking, and you can't see any Adenati marks on her.
Yeah.
Do you have a second eye AR of your own?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay. I was
because
curious, thinking about that.
Also, because Tawasiki is there, everything that Zen says out loud, he will also be signing.
Yep.
As a reminder for party and as an introduction for players, Tawasiki is deaf, and so any communication that involves Tawasiki will need to be signed or otherwise written or presented visually.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, Chahi sign language, Chahi, the language of Cahokia and a significant trade language across Makasang in general, has a very commonly learned sign language that most people either... It's a very common thing for people to know, or if people don't know it, they're very used to accommodating people, so it would be very easy for them to form some kind of visual communication method if they do not know the sign language.
Yep. Oh, also she's like 5 foot maybe, and very compact. Definitely has in all of these trainings has mostly just known how to use her like body weight and thrown that around. And she's wearing knee pads that look very worn, scuffed.
I am signing to not saying out loud, but saying just Tawasiki asking if she's hungry, and offering to make stew when they get back after meeting and everything.
Yeah, sure. A little bit.
Okay.
That's fine.
And Holly?
Kala is about 5'7", and her hair is loose and it moves everywhere and kind of gets in the way whenever she moves or fights. She's got green eyes and she wears a lot of purples and silvers. She has ornate brown lace-up boots, and she carries a knife at her side and a mag sling on her. And I'm trying to remember what armor she has. I believe she has concealed. Yeah, Seattle armor.
It's basically a
And
skin suit, so.
yeah. And she has very good posture. She's been very serious since she started with this group.
And finally, Jeremy.
Yes. So Nutty is about 5'5". Not super, not slim, we'll say. Has the general energy of like somebody who desperately wants to be here. And has a very particular mindset of what here is. Whether that's accurate or not, we will see. They are dark hair, unadorned, loose, about probably just a little bit past shoulder length, brown eyes, dressed in very much just the Seata armor and any uniform elements that might be in place, and that's it. Like there's no the personal clothing on top of it kind of thing. And is just kind of like slightly behind everybody, not purposely walking slow. More in the pushing slightly to make sure that you're caught up with everybody else way.
And for those viewing, it took me a second to get the character art up, but this is it here. We have Nadi, and I'm going to just narrate the other ones because I didn't have them up in time. Zen, Wuya, Tawasiki, and Tala. And then Nadi.
Yeah.
Tala's mini took me so long. This took me a
I'm
lot of
sorry.
work. No, it's fine. No, it's just
It looks
looks
amazing.
amazing.
Like it looks
It
fantastic.
does. It looks really good.
I had no notes when they sent it to me. I was like, you just hit it right on.
So, the group of you make your way into the city of Cahokia proper. Cahokia is a bustling, open city that sprawls for miles. There are brightly painted low buildings that are built atop earthen mounds. These contrast with 100-foot tall spires that exist further along. There are Yutsu barges that just hover overhead, and then sun wings zip around the area overhead, even beyond them. There are people going around shopping, children playing with grandparents. The sky today is nearly cloudless. There is a moderate sense of not tension, but like rumble of news. However, as the world opens up around, as the environment around Makasung at large becomes more hospitable in the many years since the Awis, that the catastrophe centuries ago treaties are fraying, and that political tension is felt every now and then on certain days. And that seems to be present here today as you make your way through the city of Cahokia towards the Council of Twelve's meeting chambers.
Holly,
Mhm.
the mic on your headphones, move it down. I wanted to see if that
Okay.
fixes the echo.
Does that change anything?
Oh, wait, let John continue talking.
Okay, sorry.
And yeah, the presence of Suyata within the city in general is a thing to be noted.
Yeah, I did fix it.
And
Actually.
you are a living reminder that the world is changing. And some might seem a little discomforted around you. Others just welcome you as symbols of the Council of 12. But as you reach the council building, the receiving chamber is atop a series of short, broad steps. The walls are painted in patterns that draw the eye towards a broad, curved table where the council sits awaiting the individuals who are to meet them. These are the representatives of the most powerful tribes and families in Cahokia, and they're used to a certain amount of deference when being referred to. Brace for box text. Arania, a gray-haired counselor with taut dark skin and piercing eyes, addresses you, the group. Thank you for coming promptly. I understand that this is your first mission. Congratulations on joining the ranks of the Suyata. Your service is appreciated. There may be a problem at one of our northern stations, and we are sending your team to investigate. Not a glamorous first assignment, but prove yourselves and more opportunities will come. Station 54, an atmospheric research station, has stopped sending communications. The nearest community, Sakitawak, reports that the scientist stationed there have not been seen in 3 weeks. The mission details have been sent to your Nisa. Submit your reports when the mission is complete. Prosperous journey. And she sort of waves a hand, indicating that now that you have been given your first mission, please move on. We have other things coming in.
Immediately pull up my Nisa while turning to walk away and see what
Yep.
the actual details
Yep.
are.
Yep.
Yeah.
The group of you are ushered out as another group, which, from the looks of it, as they're walking by, it seemed like there's some kind of political delegation from somewhere else are entering. But yeah, your Nisa all have a priority message that includes your mission briefing. You are to travel to Station 54 and determine why communications have stopped. You are investigating if it seems a crime has been committed, and you've been authorized to use force as necessary. You are advised to proceed cautiously if investigating in Sakitawak, as it is an independent community and is not subject to the council's authority. So you have the authority to act on as members of the council, but their authority does not extend to control over Sakitawak, so act carefully. There's also a map of the area and a brief data sheet on the 3 scientists who are stationed there.
Checking the map.
I can go ahead and show you the map,
Yeah.
as you'll be operating there shortly.
And how far away is this from Cahokia?
You're going to need a vehicle to get there quickly.
Okay.
It's a distance. It is basically towards the ice wall to the north. It's a
so
ways
it's
away.
a distance away. Okay.
It's a distance away.
So top is east, which means left is north.
Yes.
So it's actually on the ice wall.
Yeah, it's about at the ice wall. Yeah.
Mm.
Because that's where. Okay.
Yes.
All right. That is a bit of a trek. Trying to think. Tawasikik's Sunwing only sits 1, right?
2. It's a
Two.
2-person
Okay.
vehicle. Yeah.
So I don't.
I
Hmm.
if you bring that up, I can get us more.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean,
I can ask.
Sunwing might be the fastest, or we could see if we can just charter a barge.
They're slow, but
You do know that there are regular Yutsu barges that head north.
Yeah.
You got a couple of hours
Yeah.
before the next one leaves. If you want to just catch a Yutsu barge.
How's everybody at flying Sunwings? I'll say, looking at the others.
What?
For what?
Cool. All right.
not as good as me.
No, out of character. What did you
How good are
say?
you at flying a Sunwing?
Piloting checks.
I read about it. I read all the manuals.
I
also known as no ranks in piloting.
I can take one apart and put it together.
I've seen it done, but I can't do it myself, or I've never
Barge
done
it is. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
That said, you've got a couple of hours if there's any shopping or interacting with your families that you need to do before you head out.
Nope,
Do we need-
that is not a problem for me.
Do we need specific gear out there besides what we already have, kind of generally, or I don't think I've been out there ever, but
It's up by the ice wall, so we'll probably want to get some warm weather clothes if anyone doesn't have any.
cold weather.
Sorry, cold weather
Yeah.
clothes. Yes. I backwards the words. Yeah. So we'll probably want to get some warm weather clothes, which we might be able to get in Sakatawak. We're there, but if we can get them here, it's probably better. And then if anyone's hungry, I can whip up some food before we go.
Sure.
I'm not against
Okay.
that as long as you and I can talk while you're working. Because I want to know how you and she's just sort of like gestures at the sled on your back. That whole thing. How did you do that?
Sure. Clothes, then food, then talk, and then barge.
Yes.
So.
All right.
Get some warm weather clothes, and then I'll go make food.
Let me check on gear.
Enhanced clothing, I think, is because it provides
Yeah,
physical
pretty
defense
certain it is
against
basically
environmental
enhanced
damage.
clothing.
So,
Yeah.
Nice to have some of that already.
but yeah, and then
Yeah, if you already have enhanced clothing, you can probably just program it for cold weather.
Yep.
for buying things in game for wealth checks, I know that we have to if it's something that's above our wealth level, we have to do a goal to get it. If something is at our wealth level, do we have to do a goal or can we roll?
So, acquiring things, purchasing items, characters have a default wealth rank of 4, as do most citizens of Cahokia. Whenever an item is available for a character to obtain, the character will compare their wealth rank to the cost rank. Then you will either, if the cost rank is less than your wealth, you can just get it. If the cost rank is equal to your wealth rank, you make a wealth check. If the cost rank is equal to your wealth rank +1, you can make a cost check and incur some debt to acquire it. Or you can take it as a short-term goal. If it's cost rank wealth +2, you can only get that via a long-term goal. And then if it's wealth rank +3, you can only get it with a long-term goal and some debt.
Okay.
And then wealth rank +4, you just can't get.
Got it. So I would like to see if I can get some enhanced clothing 3, which is cost rank 4.
All right. So, as with any standard check, this check involves rolling your wealth rank, so 4 dice for a standard character.
All right.
And I will modify the success number down to 6, just because you are acting as Suyata and this is equipment that you're trying to procure for your mission.
6 successes.
I think that means you get it.
Yes,
Probably.
you have acquired it.
Does that mean I get extras I can give to other people?
Congrats on your new puffy coat.
So enhanced clothing 3 adds 1. So enhanced clothing 1 and 2 add physical defense only to environmental effects. Enhanced clothing 3 adds physical defense to all damage types. So it stacks on top of it, and it can be worn over your Suyata armor, so it will stack. Which is why I was trying to get that.
You head out to some of the crafters in the market district, which is, if I am recalling, is over in Jiza. Which is it? It's you head down to the nearest subterranean rail, which is you enter through one of the mounds as an entryway that heads down to the subterranean rail platforms. And you can just take the rail over to Chizit and ascend back up to the market area.
Yeah.
And you sort of wander around the markets, finding the specific clothing shop that has outfits designed for more all-terrain and all-difficulty weather, and communicate with the owner and acquire for a handful of Nizit, or Nizit, for a handful of Nizit, you acquire some enhanced clothing 3.
With a 6 successes, would I be able to get more than one for someone else?
No.
Okay.
Especially because to acquire an item with a wealth check, you have to get at least a number of successes equal to the cost.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So
If you had gotten 8 successes, I might have agreed.
fair.
William, how does my 2-pointed gift in finances affect my wealth?
That decreases the success number by a further 2.
Okay.
So you'd be rolling at success 4 to try and acquire winter gear for this.
Okay.
If you also wanted to get some enhanced clothing 3.
I do.
Jeremy has character names.
Naughty. What?
Naughty, ever shown up in anything other than your stupid armor, stupid regulation clothes? I'm judging.
No.
Okay.
No, not at
Excellent.
all.
All right.
Do you seem like you're going to be buying anything that would be helpful in cold weather?
Sorry, I am in the depths of work right now.
Okay.
I've missed the last 15 minutes of
Okay.
what's going on. So
That's fair.
Yep.
Would you like us
Yes,
to catch up,
I mean
or-
she's not. They are
That's
not person I'm dealing with. They are not. They're a minimal regulation. They're not idiots.
Okay.
So
Good. I was just checking
cold
because otherwise
weather
I needed...
places, they're not going to. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So you have an option here, Julia, because you have rolled successes but not enough successes.
Mm-hmm.
You have the option of using focus.
Okay.
Focus represents a character's sharpness of mind or attention to detail, that extra before deciding a course of action, or an extra breath before releasing an arrow, or an extra bit of thought in the process of bargaining. Focus represents a character's ability to dial into a task and push away distractions. So you may spend any number of points from your mind to adjust the value of any die that is not a failure. For every point of mind spent, 1 die may be adjusted upward or downward by 1. Players may boost a die to 12 this way, but fails may not be adjusted. So if you would like to spend 2 mind, you can turn that 2 into a 4 to make this enough success to acquire.
Could they?
Yeah.
Or you could spend 1 mind to turn an 11 into a 12 and roll a critical one.
I will spend 1 mind to turn one of them into a crit for.
All right, now roll another d12.
Just jump over here.
It really doesn't matter what you roll because even a 3 gets you another success.
Yep.
But that's all you needed. So yeah, with 4 successes, and a little bit of mental force put into like trying to talk with this person, but you do acquire a set of cold weather. And you've acquired enhanced clothing 3. Anyone else looking for anything? Does anyone already have what they need, or are they all content? While you are out here in Chizit.
Just a question is I have enhanced clothing 1. Is that going to
That will
help?
that will suffice for helping you deal with the elements.
Okay.
Unless you want to acquire anything slightly more advanced.
I'll stick with that for now.
All right.
Cahokia, I believe you're content with the enhanced clothing you got.
Yep. I think I'm all good. Actually, what's a second eye run you? That's a
I believe a second eye AR is 4.
yeah.
See if you can acquire one while you're out here.
That doesn't let you block someone out though, does it? That's just like enhanced over your natural
Yeah,
sight.
that's just AR. That's
That's not
automatic.
enough. Okay, never mind. I'm good. I was just thinking I'm going to be on a very long car journey essentially, and
I mean, I'm sure if you give Wuya some time, she can modify it.
that's fair. I don't think I would think of that yet. I don't think we have that.
Not yet.
Not yet. We'll get there. Don't worry. I like it though. Thank you.
And then Nadi, do you already have enhanced clothing, or do you think you would try and acquire some cold weather gear?
I would try to acquire some cold weather gear for sure.
All right, go ahead and roll me a wealth roll. Your difficulty is going to be 6.
Okay.
Unless you have finances as a.
I very much do not.
Okay.
Where are the belongings? 6?
6.
Three.
You're real close. Would you like to spend 2 mind to turn the 4 into a 6 and get that 4 success?
Sure.
All right. So yeah, bit of forceful negotiation, and you acquire again a set of enhanced gear. You can, I believe, all 3 of them are the same price.
So enhanced gear 1 is 3. Enhanced gear 2 and 3 are 4.
Yeah.
But 2 gives you +2 only to environmental effects, and 3 gives you +1 but to everything.
Yeah. So you can decide whether you would like to get enhanced clothing 2, which is more effective at protecting you specifically from the cold weather, or enhanced clothing 3, which will help you protect against everything, but not as much as clothing 2 will against the cold.
Say those one more time.
Okay, yeah. You have your 2 options.
Sorry.
No worries. It's all good. You're working. I understand. You can either acquire enhanced clothing 2, which is basically all-in environmental protection. It'll give you 2 extra physical defense specifically against environmental threats
Right.
like freezing cold. Or you can get enhanced clothing 3, which is more universal. It gives you 1 bonus physical defense period to everything, but it won't give you that extra one that the enhanced clothing 2 will give you to the cold.
I feel like they're going to be like, we're going cold weather, we need to get cold weather, and we'll go specifically for that.
You're gonna get enhanced clothing 2?
Yes.
You can add that to your belongings. It gives you +2
Yep.
PD to environmental. All right. Well,
So you've done your shopping.
Everyone's got with their stuff. You're all invited back to Tawasik's place.
Yep.
and I will cook some traditional Kitawagan stew. And you can ask me about my board.
Yes. Yes.
Lead the way back.
Is everybody joining them there, or are people heading in different directions before you head to your barge?
I have
Nadi's
to go
going
that
wherever everybody else is going, or the
Alright.
majority of people.
All right.
Tala's going to check on her brother and just make sure he's taken care of first beforehand.
So you head to your place then.
Hmm.
Here, we'll send you the address to your Nisa, and you can join us when you're ready.
We will start with that one as I pull up your bio and stuff to remember. who
I
you
put his name under gifts, I believe.
under your gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in. There it is. All right. Is that dance?
I think Dace.
Dace?
I don't think I put it in there. Unless I did and didn't realize.
I just see DANCE as half brother.
I may have accidentally put it in there. Yeah, I did. It's supposed to be Dace.
Dace.
Sorry. Fixed.
My half brother dance.
Wasn't
Blame it on
thinking when I
autocorrect.
was.
And my
Yeah, I
half,
wasn't thinking when I was
I'm-
typing.
I have
Okay.
two-
I'm married to the arts.
I have two.
Sort of-
I'm married to the arts. I have
My
two
family is the arts. I was raised.
two half siblings, one song, one dance. And my great uncle Pony. Don't go to Pony's show.
There are no ponies, actually.
I was making a joke 3 layers deep. Just ignore me.
Okay.
Don't worry. Unfortunately, I kept up.
So yeah, you make your way to your home. The house that you have above the mound that your family stays in. You sort of walk in, Dace and Badia.
Yes.
Dace and Badia are both like prepping food for the evening, as people have been you've been out all day basically. And as they look up, Badia sort of looks over. Welcome back.
Hi. How are you guys doing?
Doing all right. We were just about to tuck into dinner.
I'm gonna be going away for a little bit.
Okay. First big assignment, right?
And yeah,
Good luck. You want to have dinner before you go?
absolutely.
Oh, sit down, and Badia will start serving
Yeah.
everything.
She will join them.
Meanwhile, at the other house.
Also, chat. Johnny.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
We will do that immediately
Cool.
after this.
I'll double check. Yeah, no, I will start cooking. So yeah, it's Kitawagi is in what would in our world be the southeastern United States sea border. So like the South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Louisiana, Alabama. So what he's making, he refers to as warrior stew. It's a sort of a meat-based stew with some seafood in it as well. It ends up being something kind of like a spicy jambalaya, not exactly that, obviously, because that's not a thing that exists in this world, but it ends up being something along those lines with similar ingredients. And let me make the roll. What
Right,
would
'cause
be
you have the cooking skill.
what would be my difficulty in this?
Standard 8.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'll bump it down to 6 because this is a dish you make all the time.
Plus, you know where all the dishes are. It's really helpful.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to spend a point of mind to bump that 11 to a 12. Because when I crit on a cooking check, I can restore soul if it matters, and I just want to have that happen to make it a little bit extra good.
Yes. If they achieve at least one critical success, anyone consuming that meal during a short or long rest will gain back an extra point of soul.
And I assume we would consider this a short rest.
Yes, so it would technically qualify as a short rest, yes, because you're taking about an hour or two.
I would make the joke that it's soul food, but soul food does not exist within this canon.
I mean, it is in a certain sense soul food.
By a mechanical sense, it is literally soul food,
Yeah,
yes.
Right.
Mechanically soul
It
food.
does exist because it's food for soul.
7, so that is 2 more successes.
And because you got a success on the critical die, that triggers the critical effect as a critical success.
I disappear in my room.
In addition, successful cooking skill check may reduce the success number of related healing, medicine, ceremony, or even social skill checks such as charm, coercion at the story guide's discretion. I can cook food good enough to restore your soul. I can also potentially cook food good enough to lower the difficulty to heal yourself.
Excellent.
And while preparing, he'll have the Yutsu sled like just leaned up against the wall. So what questions do you have about it?
So what modifications do you make to this to make it like actively work the way you did? Because
None. It just works. You just provide momentum.
I would have never in all of my days. Okay.
There was when I was in Kitawagi, I was running to help a guy whose one of his sleds was being stolen by bandits, and he had an empty one, and it was on an incline. I ran, hopped on it, and it went down the incline much faster than I would have run, and much more stably. So I just figured getting a small one like this to carry around with me would be helpful in situations like that.
I will have to grab mine before we go.
So when you take a short rest, you can recover in a bit of your 3 health bars. Whenever you make a short rest, you can make 3 checks upon completion: an endurance check, a wisdom check, and a will check. Every success on those checks restores 1 point of the corresponding health bar. So those of you who have spent mind on things might want to make a wisdom check to restore some mind over the course of that short rest.
What's the success number for that?
Always default 8.
Right. Does the good cooking help?
I will say yes. That will reduce the difficulty by 1. So you actually get 1 success there, will you, and restore 1 point of mind.
Got my mind back.
Nadi also gets back there.
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah.
And as you guys individually in your 2 different homes spend some time getting food and prepping to head out for your mission, that's where we're going to take our break.
All right, those of you that are watching live, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch legs, move around, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're back. A dinosaur story.
Welcome back.
There are no dinosaurs.
There are no dinosaurs.
Are you
here.
denying the existence of dinosaurs right now? Is that what's happening?
No, I'm saying
Yes.
I have
there are no
concerns.
dinosaurs contemporarily.
Yes.
I am denying the existence of dinosaurs just because I know it's going to drive you nuts.
I am denying the current temporal existence of dinosaurs.
extantness.
Yes, the
the
existence
Look.
of
extant.
dinosaurs.
They're not extant.
Look, I've done my research.
Oh boy.
There is no evidence.
Sure. Uh-huh.
I've heard this line before on many different topics.
Anyways,
So, you make your way over to the Yutsu barge platform that you need to take. There are designated rooftops throughout the city where Yutsu barges pick up and drop off. Speaking of which, brace for box text.
yay!
Yutsu barges float just above the city, picking up and dropping off passengers from designated rooftops. Yours is better appointed than most, having 2 levels with several fire pits for passengers to sit around. The other passengers are mostly traveling to visit family or business partners. At the end of the line, you are the only remaining passengers. As you leave, a few people get on for the trip back to Cahokia. You step out onto a bluff with roads heading off in each direction. A small structure there protects from the wind, and a map shows the surrounding communities. Near the mound is a communications tower, helping to extend Daso to the limits of the free lands. So the specific connection that you had to get off at, the northern terminal, is just short of the community of Antigua. From there, you're gonna have to continue north by foot to Antigua, and then from there, you can move on to Sakitawak. But you have just reached basically the northern terminal end of the Yutsu barge line.
Right. And now we walk.
And you know that Antigua is about another 2 days on foot north.
Okay.
There are on the road. There are regularly spaced lockboxes that contain food and water for unprepared travelers, in case any of you did not gather food for the journey. And if any of you have survival, you can try and provide food.
I do indeed have survival.
I do.
Yep. I do too.
So if any of you would like to forage for food, you can roll survival. Otherwise, there are the boxes that are spaced regularly for
what
you.
is-
Oh, wait, I was wrong. I don't have survival.
What
Yeah.
is the also the Seatic? What is the success number for the survival check?
Standard difficulty 8, reduced by 1 for your
Yeah.
Seatic kit to 7.
Yeah, the Seatic kit reduces survival by 1. The first aid kit that I have is what reduced my first aid check by 1.
I mean, survival is also first aid.
Oh, so I guess I would reduce it by 2. Technically.
I mean, I feel like you can only use one piece of
Yeah,
equipment
that's
at a
fair.
time on that kind of thing.
That's fair. All right. I should remember for the first aid kit though, because it also has stabilizers in it.
Yeah.
I should say, even though I don't have survival, Nutty will absolutely offer to help.
So, does that have a mechanical impact? Like, if,
Probably
if
not.
Naughty helps, does that affect it?
Let's find out.
Especially if I don't have any actual skill at
Let's
it.
find out how helping works if it does.
True.
You can be the lookout, Naughty.
Okay, that's fine.
Let me double check and see if there's any kind of I am not currently seeing one, but if I find one later, I will let you know.
Yeah, I'm not seeing one either.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything immediately about helping out, other than I might determine the success number will be difficult or something like that.
Yeah,
Or you.
I will direct. I will, in addition to looking myself, direct anyone that might need some training in in foraging for food, or whatever that would do. So what's the success number to start with? 8.
8 reduced by 1 for 7.
Yeah.
I got 6 successes.
I got 2.
So, how are you guys foraging? What are you doing? Are you hunting? Are you foraging? What are you doing to provide food?
I am. I'm probably hunting.
Ola's also hunting.
Yeah. So, checking the status, the current status of the local animal herd, seeing which ones seeing which ones it would be less, seeing which ones we could afford to take some from, making sure not to try to hunt anything that looks like it's on the lower end of the population curve at the moment. And
yeah, like as far
being
as
mindful and
as far
thankful,
as
etc.
hunting goes, is as always you are in a communal relationship with the world around you.
Yes.
So whenever you are going hunting, you are always looking to only take that which can be given freely, essentially.
Yes.
Any animal that is hunted is an animal that is not going to be appreciatively taken from the environment, and preferably if there is something that you can give back to the environment or to the specific species that you are taking a member from, it is considered polite to give back as you take, if there is something you can do there.
I'm sure there is. I don't know it, but Zin would.
Fair.
Same.
So you the pair of you hunt and retrieve some food to assist with on the road. This helps subsist for the 2 days that you have to journey.
And I'll unless anybody else wants to, I'll take over cooking duties as we're traveling.
Yeah, and the 2 days pass as you journey, and you arrive at Antigua on the second day at about sunset. You start to see, as the sun begins to go down, you see the town ahead. There are a couple of, or Antigua, I believe is actually the pronunciation that I should be doing. Yeah, Antigua. A couple of dozen structures that are surrounded by farms that are carved out of hard soil. Nadi, you would know this. As a Suyata, your first responsibility is to introduce yourself to the local leaders. Because Suyata teams are few and are expected to offer their services so long as it does not conflict with the council's orders.
Okay.
So if there's any problems, it is, technically speaking, your duty to see if there's anything you can help out with in town.
Okay.
Here.
Cool.
If that influences any conversation that happens as you guys are heading into town.
Also, the term for a campaign in Coyote and Crow appears to be saga.
Yeah.
Fair.
I mean, yeah,
I don't think that they're speaking up quite yet because we're not in a situation where we, as you said, anything goes wrong that we need to we're not there yet.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. I at the very least will be heading towards if I can gather where the village elders would be. I'll be heading that way just to let them know that we're in the area and passing through at the very least.
Yeah. So you make your way into town. You can ask around as you go, and you can be directed to the home of the village of the town's leaders. You are directed to the home of an individual by the name of Seek, who, as you reach their door,
Seek the sailless.
he go on.
I said, I made a joke. I said, seek the sailless. As opposed to seek the scaleless.
Yes. But yeah, you arrive at Seek's home, and he's like, as you knock, he opens the door. Well, if it isn't a wandering band of Suyata, it's been some time since anyone from the Council of 12 has graced my doorstep.
What time of day is it?
The sun's going down, so it's evening.
Good evening, Elder. Just wanted to let you know that we were passing through. We're actually heading further north to Sakitawak, but wanted to let you know that we were in the area in case you needed any services or anything looked into while we're here.
Please, while you're here, please come in and join me for a meal.
Absolutely.
There's much to discuss.
I will enter.
Sure.
Thank you.
He invites you inside, and you see he's got a family with him, his wife and children. The group of them prepare some meals, set bowls out for everyone, and are serving a hearty meal for everyone. The food is pleasant, wonderful to eat. It helps warm the bones as the temperature has notably declined as far north as you've gotten. But after a while, after some light conversation and just sort of asking names, getting introduced to everyone, determining where you're headed, after a while, Seek sort of offers a look to his partner, and she sort of helps guide the children out of the room for a minute, and he sort of leans over the place where they're sitting to sort of address each of you directly. I didn't want to worry my children. Brace for box text, by the way. I didn't want to worry my children. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you can look into something for us. Recently, I've been receiving reports of a small group traveling north. Ordinarily, this wouldn't be a concern, but they move like a military unit. They aren't from the Freelands. And he sort of pulls out he pulls a data pad from a shelf and pulls up a blurry image of 4 people moving single file up a hill.
Yeah.
They evaded a group of volunteers who went out to look for them and seemed to be heading north. I don't want to be the man who ignores the signs of a possible invasion. I was going to send a request for a Suyata team tomorrow morning, but then the group of you arrived and are already heading north.
This does look like something that we should take a look into on our
What?
path, regardless.
Yes, absolutely.
When did these people pass by?
They were sighted about a day before. They've been covering their tracks very well. It was only by luck that any of our wanderers discovered any sign of their passage.
Looking at the image, is there any detail that could be made out that might pop a memory for any of us, or?
You can go ahead and roll me a knowledge check.
An untrained knowledge check.
Can I give an investigation check on this? Like looking at this picture?
There's not a lot to investigate unless you're
Okay.
going to go. You could try and track if you
I'd
go
have
out,
to go
but basically,
out.
yeah, all you
Yeah.
got here is just the image of these people
Okay.
walking single file. So you can make a knowledge check.
What's the success numbers?
8 standard.
Okay.
So it's
I'll try it just to see. I don't think I'm gonna get it, but just in case, maybe I'll get lucky.
ooh, I got a 1.
Yes.
lucky.
You got one.
Actually, just to see if it is any better, I'll spend 1 mind point to make that a crit.
I'm sorry, what was the deal? What was the
Standard DC 8. or
Okay.
knowledge?
Knowledge.
Go ahead and roll me another d12.
Where's
Sorry, for Sen specifically.
Mm-hmm.
that's
Doesn't,
what you're rolling.
doesn't trigger a
Okay.
crit, but it is there.
But well, I mean, no, that was the crit, so it's another.
Nice.
No, it's you trigger critical effects if you succeed on the critical die.
I see. Yeah, I'm not going to spend 4 for that, but that is another success, so that's 3 successes or 2
All right.
successes.
Yeah, so it's 2 successes. I will say, between the group of you, the thing that immediately strikes all of you is that definitely the team does look like they are carrying military gear with them. They definitely seem to be more well equipped than any normal travelers. Aside from just their formation, they are well equipped. You're not able to pick up much more than that with the highest result only being 2 successes. 2 successes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Would I know? Assuming that these are not Free Nations people, who's the closest, like, federation or tribal organization that it could be?
Let me look at the map of
Obviously,
Amaka-san.
they could have been traveling for quite a while, but the closest, just to keep an eye out.
Let me check the map of Makasan. 1 second. You're at far north, so you're sort of like at the northern ice wall, which means that you're approaching the northern ice wall. So the 2 nations that are closest to the free lands would be the 2 on either side. Which would be either the Haudenosaunee or the Tiswak Alliance.
Okay. Are we closer to are we closer to the Haudenosaunee or the T-Swat?
It's hard to say based on where you are. Like,
Okay. So just like looking at the image. Yeah, no, can't tell who that is,
but they do definitely seem military.
yeah.
Can you show or tell us where the image was taken?
Yes,
Tomorrow?
I can also show you where our individuals found tracks
That would be useful, yes.
Yeah.
if you'd like to investigate further.
Honestly, can we be taking those tracks tonight?
If you desire,
Not
absolutely.
not necessarily to follow. Looking at the others, not necessarily to follow tonight, but I want to give as little amount of time for any tracks to degrade as possible.
Well, if all of you have enjoyed all of your meal, then we can depart now, he says, and sort of stands up, grabs a walking stick.
Yes, it was lovely.
Thank you very much.
We're back up.
I'm ready.
He'll lead you out. He takes you a good ways north, sort of like off to one side of the village, and eventually he's able to with sort of some light shed from his Nisa. He sort of indicates where the tracks can be found. If any of you would like to make a tracking check to see what you can
Yes.
identify.
That's another skill
Yes,
I
I
have.
do have.
Ooh, I have dice in that.
5.
Let's try it.
Success number 8.
One.
Yes, success number 8. Yep.
3.
3.
All right. So going from lowest to highest, Tala, with 1 success. You can confirm that the group is only the 4 that were in the photo. Like based on this tracking, you're not seeing signs of more than 4 people. This is definitely only the group of 4 that were seen in the photo. Tawasikik and Zen with 3 successes. The tracks are at least partially covered. So at least one of the people in this group of 4 has some kind of counterintelligence training and is specifically trying to cover their tracks. So someone is trained to do this. With that critical success from Nadi, if they keep the course that they're going on, they're going to Station 54.
Okay. They're heading to,
What's that, Nutty?
they're heading to, and they just stopped there for a second.
Ah,
Station 54.
yeah. I think we should catch up with these people.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
They're intentionally trying to move through the territory unnoticed and trying to hide their tracks. So we can't.
Going in the same direction.
Yeah, we need to see if we can catch up to them.
All right, everybody, let's do this.
Look over to the elder and thank him for the assistance.
Prosperous journey to you, and good fortune.
Thank you.
He will nod and lead you to your tracking. Okay, I'm going to ask how you're approaching this. What's your intent? Are you just trying to follow them? Are you trying to catch them, either to fight them or to speak to them? How are you going after this?
Zen's thought is capture and interrogate is a strong word, but it's the word that works. Like capture and acquire information, because they are actively using military tactics to sneak through our territory, through the Free Nations territory, towards a place that we've already received suspicious that there's already suspicious activity occurring. They might be involved, or they might have some other ulterior motive. That's his thinking. If anyone has different.
Colin would like to assess the situation first, try to observe what's going on, and if possible, talk to them.
Yes. I'm with that. We should assess first.
Woya Taosiki?
I think getting all the info before we make any movements is probably our best interests.
I wish we could
So-
get there first. Do we know? Are we both on the fastest track there?
Well, they're intentionally moving quietly, so they're going to be moving slower than they could be. So we could possibly get there before them if we booked it. But that would leave us tired. And we wouldn't get any additional information on them, at least in the meantime.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you're trying to, it sounds like the group consensus is, at least for now, try and track them and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone, give me tracking checks. Standard difficulty. Actually, this is tracking, not survival. So yeah, standard difficulty. Unless you have anything that modifies that.
Or if anybody has
Well,
cool abilities that might help here.
if the
There it
bot was gonna
goes.
happen to someone first, it had to be me. If it wasn't gonna be Ollie.
You're so kind.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Lovely. All right.
I mean, I only say that because technically you did roll the first botch. We just didn't.
I
know
did. Yeah.
We just didn't realize it wasn't a botch.
Yeah.
Roll. I'm going to spend, to hopefully counteract that botch, I'm going to spend 1 mind to turn that 11 into a crit.
All right. Go ahead and roll another d12.
Why did it explode when I only rolled a...
If you put explode on an 8 in there, you
Well,
you had an 8 against macro.
I put 1d12 explode on the 12. Oh, I see. Explode on 8 again is what happened. So it would have been a 9. So not a, just another success.
Yeah.
Oh wait, if you succeed
You,
on
you needed to put the exclamation point after the 8.
got it. If you succeed on the crit roll, though, it is a critical effect.
It is a critical effect, yes,
And a second, so that's 2. So that's 4 successes total,
and counting as a crit.
and counting as crit.
So with a grand group total of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then reduced by the -2 to 6.
Since it's a group check, does my ability negate one of those failures?
No.
Okay.
Because you're not the
Fair.
one who made the roll.
Fair.
I'm
Okay.
helping.
You sure are.
So with the 8 successes reduced to 6, and the critical success fortunately helping to counterbalance the botch, you manage to find and follow their trail very effectively. You will be able to catch them. The thing that I will then require, however, is for everyone to make me a stealth check to see if they can catch up to them unnoticed.
Oh no.
Remember, you can spend mind points too.
Yeah.
Stealth. Hey, I'm
Success number is still.
All right,
lots of
all
dice
right.
and what?
It wasn't a botch. You got success.
I got a success.
3.
I
I'm-
ignore one of those failures, so that's 2 successes.
I'm gonna spend a mind to make my 11 a 12 and roll another d12. Didn't hit it, but
And it doesn't matter. They didn't roll a 2, but anyone trying to perceive me fails on a 2 as well.
Let's see. What does your group balance look like?
Not
he's got
good.
3.
Reminder that mine is actually 2. To ignore one of my
Not
dice.
good, Bob.
Well,
yeah,
you
but
guys
not good, Bob.
still rolled 2 failures.
I think only one person even matched that. No, oh yeah, 2
2
people
of
matched
you.
perception.
2 out of 5 is not a majority.
No.
Would anyone like to spend mind?
No.
I only have 5 left, so
Let me look.
I did, it
Taylor,
wasn't
you
worth
don't need
anything.
to.
I don't
Okay,
need to.
You don't need
Okay.
to. The people that would need to spend mind are the people who are not there, who are not able to.
If I did, it would not raise the average above.
Yeah.
Jeremy, did you want to
Okay.
spend 1 mind to turn that 11 to a crit?
I feel like the answer is no.
I mean, that's perfectly valid.
Take
I'm
it.
letting you
Take
know
it
that that
for
is
us.
there.
Want to say
This is great.
the
Do it. Do it.
the
Choose
part of me
chaos.
wants to say yes, but that is a very small part because I think it makes a lot more sense that Naughty look, they're very book smart. They have
Mhm.
not been in the field
Absolutely.
at all.
Absolutely.
Great. Beautiful.
I don't think they're honestly trying to be stealthy because they don't realize they need to be.
Entirely fair.
So no, I would not like to spend one of my 10 mind for this.
You have so much mind. I have
Wow.
my max is 7, and I've already
Yeah,
spent
no.
2.
Yeah, no, mental is my strength, physical is my dump area.
I love.
Beautiful.
All right.
What's your max mind? Because mine's 11.
My max mind is 10.
Oh, mine's
So-
9.
the group of you are trying to sneak up quietly on these individuals
Good at
advancing
following.
through the
Not
region.
good at being quiet.
However, something gives you away, whether it's someone steps on a branch, whether it is just an inadvertent turn of the head that draws someone's attention. An individual at the rear of the group of people moving north seems to notice your presence and issues a call to the rest of the group, and they break. They immediately start running and start trying to evade you.
Get him.
Yep, running. I'm pretty fast. Let's try it.
We cannot let them get away.
Yeah.
I mean, we can very easily.
I was gonna say,
Don't overestimate me.
no, we don't want to. We can.
Cannot as an imperative, not cannot as an ability.
I see. Sure.
All right. Well, it's time to roll some athletics then.
Oh boy.
Sweet.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
Let's do this. Standard difficulty?
Yes, standard difficulty.
Okay.
I would actually like to, instead of I do not start running right away, since we are all going to be running, which means we are going to be some distance from each other now, and I am excited for some realize that ask me why I didn't do this before when we were trying to be sneaky. I would like to use Raven's Call and try and connect us mentally,
Fair.
Ooh.
as many of us as I can.
I'm going to spend one more mind point to up that 11 to a 12.
I'm not letting you beat me. I'm gonna do that too. It's a competitive thing.
So one more success for 7 successes.
What is this? Do I roll another d12? Is that what happens? Let's see. Yeah. So that's...
Does this count as? Are we in an encounter yet?
This is technically speaking an encounter. That does not mean it is a fight. This is a situation. This is a chase.
This is depend. The reason I'm asking is because that affects my target number.
Mm-hmm.
So if we are actually in an encounter,
I will say yes at this point.
okay.
Because they have realized you are there and are trying to evade you.
So plus 2, -3 because I think we count as. I think at least in terms of the rules, we count as friends.
Yes, you do count as friends.
Interestingly, -1 from my friends because they're in an encounter.
Yeah,
I think that's intended to be for enemies, but
Well, no. So your target. So that's subtracting your success number. So the success number goes is 1 less that you have to roll.
Yeah.
So,
So you're trying to connect to friends who are in danger. So you're trying to reach out to help.
I
them.
guess in danger
Yeah.
counts. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's -4 plus 2. You're all within sight, so -1. So it's -3 total. So 5.
So diff 5.
Nice.
That's everyone.
Nice.
That's got to be everyone because it's every additional success allows you to connect to an additional person. So you're all in each other's minds now.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't know which one of you is playing music, but stop it, please.
Sorry.
Telepathic bond is engaged.
So that's I got 7 successes. Tawasik got 8.
Point of soul.
Yeah. Suck it.
It's not Zen doesn't see it as competition.
I do.
I think we gained on them.
Yeah. So the two of you at least rapidly begin to catch up to the group.
So the fighter and the warrior and the athlete Surprise,
Yeah.
surprise! Our good running.
Right?
Uh-huh.
The hell you say?
And as she's running, she's got little like things in the side of her jacket that like respond to wind rushing by. So it's kind of like lighting up a little bit like an iridescent fish scale kind of situation.
Nice.
And it's making like a whirring kind of sound.
There is faintly around Zen. There's just the sound of a wolf howl, like it's vastly in the distance, but localized around him weirdly.
So, as the you start to catch up to the group, um, the individual at the back sort of notices as you're gaining ground, and uh let's see. Yeah. So the individual uh at the rear of the group that is trying to evade you, um, sort of reaches to his belt. And pulls out and you especially catching up close, Zin, see the sort of electric crackle of of an electromagnetic sheath being disengaged.
Stay away from that one. Stay away from that one in your mind, Tawasiki here.
As he pulls a short bladed weapon off of the back of his belt, and as he's running, just hacks across a large section of stone that is like on beginning to build up on the path. The section cleanly shears off and begins to tumble down towards the two chasers who are leading, as they try to do everything they can to get away from you without engaging in direct combat. I need Zin and Tawasikik to make me acrobatics, or in this case, athletics if you don't have it.
Yep. Athletics.
Over the mind link to everyone. They've got Anicha blades. Which, for those that aren't aware,
Oh no!
very dangerous blades.
The second critical fail.
I ignore that
Can I
one
count-
failure, so that's 3 successes.
Can I counteract that somehow?
You cannot turn off failures, but you can try and turn other things into successes if you want.
I can't turn off a failure though. It's a critical fail.
No, if you turn the 11 to a 12, that's a critical success, which would counter it. It would make it a 0 instead of a -1.
It makes it a
At
0?
the least. At the least. If you succeed on the critical roll, then it would make it a 1.
I'll try it. I have to spend mind.
Yeah, one.
Yeah,
mind.
spend one mind.
1 mind. Okay, and I reroll.
You,
Come on,
you
babe.
turn that 11 into a 12, so go ahead and roll another d12 after it.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Just one success, so it becomes 0.
Okay.
So not a botch.
Yep.
Mine's
Not a botch
mine's,
means you don't get injured by this.
mine's 3
All right.
successes.
So Zin, you're able to duck to the side out of the way of this oncoming, loose scattering of rocks. Tawasikik, you're not quite able to get out of the way in time, and are pinned beneath some of these rocks. You're not injured, but you are pinned down. Zin, you realize that your teammate has been pinned as these enemies are trying to get away from you. Enemies, I say, quotes. People that you're pursuing.
How far back is everyone else from Tawasikik?
They're a way back. They did not run as fast or as hard as you two did.
Yeah, no.
Or at all.
If they're way far back and Tawasikik's chin.
Go.
Okay, yeah, I'll keep going then.
We're on 1. All right.
So, following after.
As you begin to try and chase after, the one at the back sort of offers a shout, and the second one behind sort of looks behind and notices as well. As I need to look up where this ability is so I know what it does. Here it is.
I have a question in this chase.
Yes.
I am pinned, but presumably I can kind of possibly either muscle my way out or kind of get out from under these rocks somehow. If I use Cougar's Grace, would that help at all in being able to catch back up potentially? Because I was slightly ahead.
With Cougar's Grace, it would
I increase my agility.
Yes, it would theoretically assist with trying to catch back up. Yes.
Okay, I would like to try and do that.
All right. Go ahead and spend a point of mind and roll your wisdom.
Okay. It's not my best score. Let's see. Roll. I think I'm panicking.
You're not able to bring that focus in right now. As she's sort of like panicking about how you're kind of trapped under rocks.
Trapped under rocks, and my family member is going into danger. Okay, this is great.
Yeah, the one ahead, that was immediately ahead of the one in the back, sort of pulls something off of their belt, and sort of pops it and throws it behind them.
Can I know what it is?
It's some kind of canister coming at you.
I'm gonna try to dodge it.
Go ahead and roll me another athletics.
Six successes. I will. I'm down to 4. Mind. If any of them have that psychic blast power, if I spend 2 to get 2 crits on this, take it back up. Hey everyone, we're back. I need to rearrange the cameras.
Again,
yep. Yeah. So my internet went. My power went down there for a second. In the middle of
But we're
the
back.
tense, high intensity dice rolling there. How much of what I was saying did y'all hear before everything went away?
What the last thing we heard was, if I spend my 2 mind to make this.
Okay. Yeah, if I spend 2 mind to make the 2 11s in that roll, critical successes, and any of them have the psychic power, I'm fucked.
Very disappointed that you didn't answer. Last thing we heard was a dinosaur story.
Ah.
So I
I'm
will
glad that
note,
wasn't it.
in case this alters any of your decision making at any point, you know where they're going.
Yeah. Yes, I'm not gonna.
and
I'm
they are desperately trying to get away from you.
Yeah.
They're not trying to kill you, for what it seems. They're trying to escape you.
I'm gonna let that roll sit and see what it is that I'm dodging.
As you sort of tuck to the side, you realize it's a smoke grenade, as a cloud of obscuring smoke billows out over the vicinity around you.
How much? I'm just gonna mentally check in with everyone. How far back is everyone?
It's
Still-
a ways. It's a ways for most of them, and Tawasiki is still pinned.
I give an answer in approximate whatever the length is.
Unit of distance, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna stop chasing and fall back.
All right.
And
So as you fall back,
and over the mental link, I'll say I'm doubling back to help Tawasiki out of the rubble.
as you double back, and the crew escapes from you. As you double back to help your family member out of the rubble that is currently pinning them. That's where we're going to end for the week.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.